People have been waiting 7 years for the release of Blue Exorcist Season 2, and after 7 years, the question is this worth your time? Should you watch Blue Exorcist Kyoto Saga Season 2? Well, I got some mixed feelings about this, and there's also some major changes to the anime that you guys need to know about.
Subscribe to Anime Live Reactions for more. Share this video with your friends.
Hola mi gente, my name is Upai Senpai, and I am a huge fan of Blue Exorcist. I mean, I got it right there on my back wall every single day when I make a video. You see them right there. So I'm gonna be very critical as to episode 1 of season 2, and I'm gonna give you guys my honest opinions. And if you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can see the next video next week. But let's talk about season 2. So before I talk about the episode, I have to address something major. While I was watching the episode, I was confused. I was like, wait a second, why is everybody arguing? Why haven't they made up yet? I remember that in the ending of season 1, everything... Oh. And then I realized something. They are completely doing a retcon of the ending. So whatever happened at the end of season 1, poof, they're pretending like it never happened. And what really annoys me is that they never talked about this in any promotional material or anything. We basically found out the moment we watched episode 1. So here's what's happening. Basically, after episode 17 of season 1, none of that happened. So season 1, they're only taking into account episodes 1 through episode 17. Episodes 18 told the ending of season 1. That never happened, basically, is what the anime is doing, because this is what happened. The anime of season 1 basically ended up doing an original ending that was not in the anime, and a lot of people were upset about that, including myself. But that's what they did because they didn't have enough volumes of the manga to really push it. But now somebody at the studio, it's got big balls, someone said, you know what guys, we should just skip the whole ending and pretend it never happened. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. So whoever did that, you got big balls, man. Congratulations to you for saving the show. So it's actually good news that they are now moving away from an anime original and are going back and sticking to the manga. So season 2 is gonna focus on, it's gonna be faithful to the manga. So that's good news. That's the good news. But again, it was kind of surprising. So right now, as of this moment, Rin and the other characters, they're not in good terms right now. They don't trust him because he is the son of Satan. One of the interesting information that we learned in this episode is this. We learned that there are other exorcists out there that are half human, half demon. So that's not the problem that they have with Rin. That's not why they don't like him. The reason they don't like him is because he is the son of Satan. He has the blue flames, which of course symbolizes that you are the son of Satan. And that is the problem that they have with him, because a lot of them have personal issues with Satan. Some of them lost their family members, or they heard about him. They know how scary it is. And at this moment in time, Rin can't fully control his powers. So that's gonna be problematic, okay? Now, Izumo, okay, best girl, Izumo, the girl with the little weird eyebrows, I love her, man. She was the only character that wasn't scared from the group, and she sat down next to Rin in the train. It was awesome. She's gonna have an awesome little arc throughout the season, and I can't wait to see it. Now, here is the major problem with episode 1 though. Blue Exorcist first started out, episode 1 of season 2 started out great. You got some action, you got some drama. It felt a little bit random, but it started out great. And then the rest of the episode just dragged, just complete drag. And I'm not coming from this perspective as a hardcore fan. I'm coming to this as an anime fan, as a critic who appreciates anime but also analyzes anime. So I'm not gonna be brainwashed and saying, oh, I'm a big fan, I love this series. No, I'm gonna come at it as I'm a big fan, I expect high expectations. And the fact that they dragged this along just wasn't my cup of tea in that regards, because there are a ton of other great shows out there where episode 1 right away grabs your attention. And it is my belief that regardless whether you're doing a sequel or not, episode 1 of every season has to drag or grab your attention. It has to be a good mix of character development, setting up a plot, and action. And they did a good job at setting up a plot. They're setting up the plot for the rest of the season. That's good. But it just felt like the action wasn't that great, and the episode felt like a drag. It felt kind of boring at times, and that's not good. Now, I was thinking maybe next week it's gonna be better, right? So I look at the preview for next week. It looks like it's gonna be a drag. Next week's episode looks like it's gonna be a little bit boring, not too exciting. Again, another setup episode for the rest of the series, but it's a little bit of a drag, so that I don't like. So overall, I would say that this episode, if this is your first time watching, you probably didn't like it. If you already saw season 1 or you read the manga, then you're probably gonna stick to it because it is Blue Exorcist and you're a fan of it. But overall, they could have done a better job, and I'm really hoping that next week is gonna be better. Although don't have your hopes too high because I'm not quite sure. But overall, I enjoyed it, and I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm gonna give it the 3-episode rule, and we're gonna see what happens after 3 episodes. If the show is still good, I'll continue to review it and I'll continue to watch it. But if it drags too much, there's better shows out there right now. As of this moment in time, Joji Senki is number 1 for me over this one, okay? And I said this in my top 5 anime for the spring of 2017. I said that Blue Exorcist was number 3, Jojo Senki was number 2, and Little Witch Academia is number 1. And as of right now, this anime right here is still number 3. It hasn't moved up, and for the reasons that I mentioned. So I was pretty accurate as to my predictions. Now, let me know in the comments below whether you even heard of Blue Exorcist. Are you gonna be watching it? And how do you feel about the fact that they are completely skipping the ending, pretending like it never happened? This is worse than Dragon Ball GT pretending that never happened, because that's a totally different, basically, series or season. But they're literally doing the ending of the first season they ever had in the anime, pretending like it never happened. That is amazing. I haven't really seen that before, so I'm very impressed that they actually did that. But before we end this video, I want to point out a few more things that I noticed throughout the episode. First of all, in the beginning of the episode, this little boy somehow escapes his mother's tight grip. I mean, you can tell that she has a tight grip on him, but he somehow ends up escaping. And that is classic anime cliche that the little kid wants to get a closer look to the fight and ends up becoming a hostage. Now, the person who takes him hostage and the other person that he's facing, they're actually the same person. So my question to you guys is, how was he able to be at 2 places at once? Did he have a hologram? Did he duplicate him? Just let me know in the comments below what are your theories on this. I am very curious to know what you guys think about this. But also, this character is actually very, very powerful, and he's gonna play a major role during the season. We're gonna see him again. This isn't the first time we're gonna see him, and he actually had the potential to commit a murder right there and then, but he ended up not doing it because he has bigger plans for our character. So we're definitely gonna see him again. Now, I also noticed that there were flashbacks throughout the episode going back when Rin was a little kid, and I'm not a big fan of those, but get used to it. We're gonna see them. Now, the next thing is this little drama between Rin and his buddies. That's not gonna drag that long. I will give that maybe like 4 or 5 more episodes before it ends up dying down, before they start trusting each other. It's just that since, like I said, this picked up after episode 17, they still don't trust him, but that's not gonna last forever. They're gonna end up working together, and so don't you worry about that. So overall, this was, the episode has its flaws, but it's good enough that I'm gonna give it 3 episodes. But let me know in the comments below what do you guys think, and I hope you guys are a fan of Blue Exorcist like I am. I'm a huge fan, and I hope you guys are too. But in the meantime, I want you guys to watch my Little Witch Academia episode 1 review, but also JoJo Senki review. You guys have to watch both those shows, they are great.